YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, and today we have an amazing video for you. Yes, you read the title correctly. The Rocket Catch is back in college football 25. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, professional Madden player T Davis. And in today's video, we are going to break down how to rocket catch in college football 25 on basically any route in the game. Now, there's some routes that are just irrelevant to rocket catch on, like you're not going to really rocket catch a slant or an in route. It wouldn't make sense. It's the middle of the field, like they're too short. A drag, obviously, that stuff wouldn't make sense. But the important routes, the deeper routes, we can rocket catch almost any of these routes in the game versus both man and zone coverage, and we're going to break it down to a science for you guys in this video. So if you enjoy content like this, you want to see more, make sure you are subscribed. It is free to do so. If you can hit that button, hit the notification bell so you notify when I do drop fire content like this. And if you can hit this video with a like, I really appreciate it. It helps me out in the algorithm so much. Any questions about this or any of the videos on my channel, let me know in the comments down below. But we're going to break it all down here. The Rocket Catch is back in college football 25. Let's go. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys check out payhip.com/tdavisbrand, where you can find all my offensive and defensive ebooks for college football 25. I also have coaching sessions available, 30-minute and 60-minute coaching sessions. But as you can see here, we did drop the Georgia offensive ebook. Make sure you check it out. You can beat every single coverage in the game with this ebook. Over 35 minutes of video breakdown, close to 20 play setups. We can attack all areas of the field, some of the best route combos in this Georgia offensive playbook. And as well as that, make sure you check out my defensive ebook, the 3-3-5 tight playbook here. It has some of the best nano blitzes you will find if you're struggling on defense, with 27 play setups, over 35 minutes of video. We can disguise coverages. We build defensive schemes. There's 7 formations covered in this ebook, so check them out. Payhip.com/tdavisbrand, or check out the link in the description below, as well as my 30 and 60-minute coaching sessions where you can improve as a Madden or college football player, whether you want to go over offense, defense, game management, clock management, practice mode, labbing, getting better for tournaments, whatever the case may be. You can get a 60-minute coaching session with professional player T Davis, aka me, if you want to improve your game. So check all these things out down the link in the description below, or go to payhip.com/tdavisbrand. All right, boys, here we go. So Rocket Catch is back. There's a couple different routes we like to do, actually almost every route in the game. Like I said, the deeper routes we're going to break down here. Now, real quick, a couple things I want to mention. You do want tall receivers here. I've tested it out, and I feel like you can do it with like any height, but it's not as good as if you get a guy above, I would say 6'3" and above. 6'2" is okay if you need to. 6'3" and above, though, you are in business. So I try to recommend, get receivers out there that are 6'3" and above. I'm using Clemson here in this example. They have a bunch of tall receivers. Some teams I like in regular teams: Clemson, Tennessee, LSU. Yeah, those are probably my 3 favorite as far as height-wise. Texas A&M is really good. South Carolina, if you want a lesser team, they got 99 speed Nick Harbor, who's like 6'4", 6'5". He's an absolute monster. So they have some tall receivers. So there's a couple teams out there. It's hard to find a team that's like really balanced with a lot of speed and height, but you can make it work. Like, Texas, they have like a really low overall tall guy that you can make work. So there's some teams out there. So mess around with it, play around with it. One other thing I want to mention is the best play by far in the game, the easiest way to do it, is this PA seams play out of the Colorado State spread Y flex. The PA seams you can find in a few. It has these kind of outside fades, and the key is we're going to be able to custom stem these, which I'm going to talk about here in a second when we break it down. But you can custom stem these routes out further, and it just makes the rocket catch even easier. Like, you barely have to do anything. It does it for you pretty much. It's the easiest play in the game to rocket catch. So if you're a beginner out there, you want to learn how to do it, go into practice mode with this PA seams play, and test it out, and then we can incorporate the other routes. So that's where we're going to start here. So gun spread Y flex, PA seams. We're just going to run this versus basic cover 0. But we will actually, let me do it where they don't blitz, so we don't want to get sacked. We want to have some time here. But we can do this versus zone too. I'll mix in zone in a second here as well. So for this PA seams play, all 4 of these routes are rocket catchable, right? The streaks to the tight ends, the outside fades as well to the receivers. Like I mentioned, I want to custom stem these outside receivers a little bit further, and I do it all the way to the end zone. And the custom stem is actually important and key in these rocket catch tutorials here. So What you want to do is custom stem, circle, and square all the way. I just do it like all the way to the end zone, so it looks like that. It creates almost like it almost looks like a wheel route or a really outward fade route. I'll do it to the same thing to the left side. So you want to hit triangle to hot route, hit the receiver icon, so square, and then you want to hold down that L1 button for custom stem or LB on Xbox, and just hold that D-pad up all the way till it gets all the way basically to the end zone. It looks just like this, right? So now we're gonna have these kind of two outward routes. All you need to do is kind of, I'd give it like 10, 15 yards. When you see the defensive back kind of turn his hips, that's when you want to pass lead it down and to the outside. So if you're looking at your left stick, what it would be about, what's that? 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. No, what's that? Yeah, 5 p.m. I would say, right? All right, so it's going to look just like this here. You see it there. They look like those outside wheel routes. Let's go ahead and run it a few times now. DB turns his hips. We click on, we turn around, and user catch, right? So you want to pass lead down to the outside. As soon as you throw it, you want to, so ready. First of all, we're going to wait for the DB to turn his hips. Let's go ahead and start there. Right, ready, we hike it. Boom, turns his hips, right? Right when I do this, you see I'm going to be throwing the ball now. And right there, I'm starting my throwing motion. It's down to the outside, right? As soon as I throw it, I'm clicking on and I'm just kind of turning I'm clicking on by pressing circle or B on Xbox, and then I'm completely just turning him around with that left stick, right? So you want to click on pretty fast too when you throw it, so not allow the user to make a play on defense. So you click on, you turn around right away, kind of aiming it down to the inside, I would say more. You know how we threw it to the outside. This time when we click on, we want to turn it down into the inside, and you're going to be able to kind of stop and then come right up for that nice rocket catch animation there where we go straight up vertically, and we're basically boxing out the defender just like that, easy. And you see he gets pretty elevated here. We have a nice tall, I believe this receiver is a 6'3" or 6'4". We get nice elevation here right at the peak of the ball right there, and there's nothing the defense can do about it, right? Let's go ahead and do it again here. Set it up. We're going to custom stem these routes outside. I'll do it to the left side in a second here, and then we'll break down some more routes. DB turns his hips. We click on, we go straight up, we basically box out our defender. Let's go ahead and do it to the left side here. To number 1 on the Clemson Tigers. We hike it. DB turns his hips, click on. Oh, we get a horrible throw there. It's not ideal. And here we go. DB turns his hips. That's a bad throw. We still click on. We're able to turn around, make that user catch. So that wasn't even a, kind of the ideal throw, but you see we're still able to click on. See, DB turns his hips, I'm throwing, right? I'm clicking on, I'm turning it around back to the inside, I'm boxing out, and look at that elevation, look at that height. That is easy, right? We're going elevated. I mean, we get about a couple yards of distance here. We're talking maybe, 3 to 5 yards of distance from just clicking on, kind of undercutting that DB there to make an easy catch, right? Let's do it again here. DB turns his hips, throw it, click on, get that high point animation. It looks like we're highballing it, but we're not. We're not highballing it at all. We're just passing down to the outside. Let's go ahead and do it to the tight end here. Simple way to do this is just with streaks, and you can do the outside receivers on fades too. I'll do that now. We'll just talk about the streaks and the fades. They're not my favorite to do it with. That route I just did is my favorite, and then I'm gonna talk about a couple other my favorites. But simple here, streak. Same thing, passing down to the outside, we click on, I messed that one up. You click on, you turn around. It's a little bit difficult more to do it in the slot, I found. Once you get it down, it's easy though. You see there, we box them out. We're able to come down with the catch. I think it's easier to the outside with this PA seams play, but once you get it down, you're easily able to do it. I just sometimes struggle with the turnaround portion of it. But you see we're getting the animation. There we go. We're able to click on. That wasn't even the most perfect animation. But there's just nothing that the user defender can do here in the slot, especially versus, the slot's better versus man coverage. Click on, high point it. That's exactly what we want right there. You get yourself a good tight end with some good size. And same thing, we're just kind of, when the DB turns his hips back here, right about now, we're throwing it, right? And we're clicking on, and then we're just kind of turning him around. Same thing. This time, it looks like I'm turning the outside. I'm still trying to turn to the inside. We're able to turn around, high point it. So you don't really need to worry about too much turning around inside or outside. Just turn them around, and you'll get it right here. High point that one in the slot. Nice, easy rocket catch there for the big play. So it'll take some time in practice mode, of course. So then, same thing I wanted to mention, you can also just do a regular fade hot route to the outside. I've noticed it's not as good as this and some other routes we're going to talk about here in a second. There's another route, hot route, that's just super easy. If you don't want to change your playbooks to that PA seams play, there's another hot route that's better. But you can do it out of the fade, wait till the DB turns his hips, and you're able to high point it still. We're able to do it nice and easily there. Take a look at the replay. So it's, all these routes are kind of similar in the way that it looks. DB turns his hips, we throw it, we click on, we turn around, we make that user catch. Super easy. Let's do it again here. Put him on a basic fade, turns his hips, click on, user catch. See, I don't like the animation as much on this, but it's still fine, it's still doable. Now, my favorite way to do it on the outside, from almost looking like a streak, and I've actually noticed that this makes it better, is you put the receiver on an out route, or a speed out as they call it in this year, and you want to just stem him all the way to the end zone. So it's going to basically look like a streak, but for some reason the throw is like it never misses. When you pass lead this down to the outside, it's always perfect on this out route custom stem. I don't know what it is. It just works better than a fade, I've noticed. And yeah, you're going to get perfect throws like every time. DB turns his hips, we click on, oh, I messed that one up. DB turns his hips, we click on, we throw, we make the user catch, right? So the throw is like always perfect when you do this custom stemmed out route, right? Click on, and it's even like you get like more separation for some reason. I've noticed. I don't know if the DB like is reacting to a potential out route down the field. I don't know what it is, but the throw just seems to be perfect every time. I wasn't able to get the animation there, but you see like they can't react to this throw at all. So right, custom stemmed out route all the way, basically turns into like a glorified streak. Throw it, click on, rocket catch all day long, right? Super easy. Looks similar to the fade. I understand. I just feel like the out route's better. Something you can mess around with. Maybe you like the fade better. It's all up to you guys, but this is how I've been doing it. Let's go to another one that I really like here is the corner route, right? So I really prefer this outside C route, corner route. You can do it with the slot corner route as well. I just think it's better with the outside C route. And these are great because they're going to get open like sometimes without like having a rocket catch. Like they'll beat man coverage, they'll get behind zones, so you can just kind of throw a regular pass if you need to. But I've noticed for this one, they are like impossible to user defend. Now you won't get the perfect rocket catch animation on this every time, but you'll get like a jetpack user catch animation pretty much every single time. And for this one, you want to pass lead down. You don't really need to do it to the outside. I usually just do it down. I click on and I kind of outbox the defender, right? So I'll show you what I mean here. I kind of wait till he's on his outbreak outside. Like that, I click on, I undercut it down. All I did was pass lead down on that one. So it's not like the most perfect rocket catch animation, but it's like impossible for the user to defend, right? You're kind of boxing out even better here. So I throw it like right about the cut, maybe a couple seconds after he cuts, right? Obviously we could just throw that regular. He whooped the man coverage, but when you pass lead down, you kind of just click on, you undercut it, and you get able to kind of get that high point animation there towards the outside. Let's do it to the left side here as well. Wait till he cuts, pass lead down, click on. Is that kind of user catch, rock catch? I didn't get the best pass. That's why we dropped it there. Let me just clear out the triangle out of the way as well, to give us just some more time. We're getting pressure on us, so we got to throw it quickly. But you see there, you're like, click on, you undercut it, and the defender has no chance to guard this, right? Click on, undercut it, easy completion, right? It's super easy with these C routes. Besides the outside speed out, this is my second favorite. I just throw these a lot, and you don't even necessarily need to be like the perfect position excuse me, for these. You just wait till he cuts out, you throw pass lead down, click on, user catch that, and we're dropping a few here. We want some good catch and traffic ratings, of course, if you can, best receivers possible with that. Click on, undercut it, boom, there it is every time, right? You're always going to get that animation. So even if they kind of maybe sometimes drop it, they don't hang on to it, it's never going to get picked, right? It's pretty much automatic, especially if you get cover 3 or you get man coverage. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? One other route that I really like is the bang 8 route. So the hot route up here, it kind of is like, a more interesting post route, I would say. But it's not as good as a post route as far as like a regular route, but it's way easier and way better to rocket catch than a post route, right? So same thing. When he's going to cut a little bit inside this time, but when the DB turns his hips, we're going to pass you down to the outside. That's all we're going to do. And we're able to click on, cut it off just like that. And this one's more like an inside one if you want that as well. It's a little bit different in a way, but it's also the same. DB turns his hips, we click on, down and outside, we click on user catch, right? And this one's really effective. A little bit more over the middle of the field, like I mentioned. turns his hips, click on, undercut it, user catch, right? We're not able to get the clean rocket catch animation like the other ones, but we're still able to make that super easy user catch. Down to the outside, click on, we weren't able to get the clean one there. So probably not my favorite way to do it here with this route, but still very viable and something you can definitely go to a lot here. See, we're not able to catch it every single time. Let me see if I can get a good clean one. Let me wait a little bit longer. See, this time we get a nice one. That was a clean one. Maybe if you wait a little bit longer, so not immediately when he turns his hips, a couple seconds after. Ready, 1, 2, let's click on. Yeah, let's wait a little bit longer to get that nice clean rocket catch animation. This one's actually really good as well. If you get one-on-one coverage, I mean, they just got no chance. No chance at all. This time, not the cleanest, but still able to make the catch. We're just cutting off the defender. And then finally, the last one I did want to mention is the comeback route. And for this one's a little bit more advanced, but same thing. We're going to put them on a comeback route, and we're going to custom stem this all the way to the end zone. So it's going to look kind of similar to the original play we did here with PA seams. But this one I've noticed is a little bit different, where we have to use the freeform mechanic. So if you use that placement and accuracy feature, you're going to need that for the comeback route. So if you're a little bit more advanced, this is one you can go to. For this one, you're going to do down to the outside, but you also want to hold that left trigger, right? You're just going to get better placement on this throw that you need to make on the comeback route, smart route, or custom stemmed here. So you want to hold that left trigger, pass lead down to the outside when the DB turns his hips, and you're going to be able to cut that one off like that. So it's not as clean. You won't get the straight up animation, but you kind of get more of a jetpack animation, I would say, on this one, where you get that like towards the inside type of user catch. Cut it off like here. So yeah, it's a little bit tougher to get. Your freeform has to be like perfect almost to do it. So I definitely prefer the other routes we mentioned here, but I did want to mention, see, I'm getting a bad throw with the left trigger. Let me wait a little bit longer on it. Let's get it till he's down the field a little bit longer. Hold that left trigger, pass lead down to the outside. This time we get a bad throw, but we're still able to go up and get it. That's more what it would look like, even though we had that horrible throw from our quarterback. DB turns his hips. We click on. There we go. Nice. Oh, I didn't even, for some reason, he didn't animate high enough, but you saw the cutoff point easily there to cut off that defender. Let's go ahead, and I don't know what just happened there, but there it is. Beautiful animation there. Take a look at the replay one time, but you guys can see absolute money. And we freeform that down to the outside right about now. We click on, we cut it off. Defender has no chance. I'll run it versus cover 3 a few times here, just a couple of them real quick. Just to run through them for you guys against zone coverage. Start with the initial one. This one's super easy, like I said. Turns his hips. I mean, that time we got tons of space. That's an easy throw. All right, cover 3, I think it might be even easier. We'll go with the C route, see if we can get a little space to throw this. Click on, turn around, rocket catch, right? It's all day long. It's super, super easy. Let's go with the bang 8 route. See if we can get a little window to throw it. They got like, oh yeah, there we go. Easy. I mean, all these routes, right? We dropped it, but you see what the animation looks like. We'll go with the custom stemmed out route, which might be my favorite. Turns his hips. Click on. He didn't even turn his hips completely. Click on, rocket catch. It's all day long, boys. Get into practice mode. Try this out. You see all the different routes we can do it out of. I recommend outside wider on the hash marks, but like I said, you can do this with tight end streaks or slot streaks as well, but I think it's easier on the outside with all these different routes. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Please subscribe to the channel. It's free to do so. Hit this video with a like. We have plenty of college football 25 tips here on the channel. Check them all out. Appreciate you guys, man. Until next time, peace. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all my exclusive content here on my YouTube channel. And don't forget to click the links in the description below if you want more cool stuff from your boy.